If you're watching this video, chances are very good that you're either in the process of going through a divorce, have gone through a divorce, or thinking about getting a divorce. And so this video is specifically for men who are in any of those categories. I've been divorced. I've been in a divorce probably, I'm going to say 9 years ago. It might have been even a little bit longer. And the divorce process affects men and women differently, but as a whole, you are breaking a family. You are breaking a bond. You're breaking a contract, if you want to call it that shit, with the state. I understand the stress of that, of dealing with attorneys, the stress of maybe not seeing your kids as much as you want, the stress of possibly, you might have not been through this yet, but her dating somebody else. There's a lot of stress involved. There's a lot of sadness involved in the divorce. As you go through that process, there's all these numbers and figures thrown out there, and it's very stressful because you don't really understand how they got to this and how they got to that, and you still have to stay as positive as you can when you actually get to see your kids. My divorce wasn't horrible. We got joint split custody, so I had them basically half the time, and she got them half the time. So, and there was never a fight about that. So that was really good. I do understand there's a whole other level to divorce where the women can weaponize the kids against the man and use them as a hostage. I'm not going to get into that. I don't agree with that, but that's pretty much what most states, a lot of the judges in the states are very pro-women. And that could be a good thing, can also be a bad thing. You got to go through all these emotions, and you have all of these uncertainties during the process. It's about a 2-year process. If you just started going through a divorce, it's about a 2-year process, and it could be a little bit longer considering COVID and how it backed up the courts. But by and large, to actually feel like yourself again, to actually get to a baseline normal, it's probably about 2 years. So I want to give you guys a few tips to maybe navigate through the divorce, maybe some things to think about, to enact, to process, to actually help you get through the divorce. My name is Jerod Schoonmaker. Welcome to this channel, Magnetic Men's Club. I'm the co-founder, and I found this channel specifically to help men, to coach men who are going through a bad breakup, divorce, looking to level themselves up. So the very first thing I want to invite you to is to our Facebook group. I'll leave the link down below. That is a group of men of all walks of life, who some are married, some are divorced, some are single, but it is a support group for men who are looking to uplift men as a whole. So get on that. You won't be judged for anything that you put up there. It's just for men so that we can support ourselves. If you have a question, I'm sure a member of the group can answer, and if they can't, we can find you, the best answer possible. The second thing is coaching. If you are struggling in a divorce, maybe you didn't ask for the divorce. Maybe you don't want the divorce, but it is happening. If you are struggling and you just don't know where to go, I invite you to click the link down below. Fill out the free forms that we have. They're just basically basic tests that we want to kind of gauge to see if we're a good fit. You'll get on a discovery call with me personally, and we will see if we're a good fit. Give me 90 days if you decide to take my program. Outside of that 90 days, you will come away with brand new prospects, brand new thinking, a new mindset that's going to help you navigate this divorce and moving forward. So get in a good support group. It doesn't have to be ours. There's other ones out there. Get a coach. Another thing is get around positive people. Get around people that maybe you've strayed away from, family members, friends. Get around people that can uplift you, and try to avoid going to the bars, possibly getting into drugs. Try to stop, don't self-medicate. I know I did that. When I first got through my divorce, I went out. By me self-medicating, by me doing the things I did, wasn't inherently helping me at all. So I can tell you those things are fun for the short term, but long term they don't serve you at all. So get around those positive people. Find a support group. Get on maybe a free coaching call with me to see if we're a good fit. The other part of divorce that you have to understand is of the friends that you guys have maybe merged together, maybe she had friends prior to marriage and you had friends, high school friends, whatever, they're all going to pick sides. And usually if the woman, usually they all go to the woman's side, because of the men friends, it's the woman, his wife, is going to stick to your soon-to-be ex-wife. And by default, most men are so beta-tized in their marriages, they're not even going to be allowed to talk to you. So you're going to lose a lot of friends. You're going to lose a part of you that you didn't think you'd lose. She's going to end up starting to date again. Maybe that's the reason why you got into a divorce. You found out she's cheating, or you found out that she's in another relationship. That's something else you have to process. I suggest to you, one of the biggest tips I have is, if that is the case and it has nothing to do with you being cheating or anything like that, a girlfriend, my biggest suggestion is don't date. Go through the divorce. Get all of that behind you. Learn to heal from whatever that trauma is, from whatever happened in that divorce. Have a good, healthy, stable base for your children. So if you do get them half the time, they're in a safe environment with you. They're in a safe environment with her. Keep the children out of it as best you can. Don't bring in new women into your child's life if that woman isn't long-term. I see it all the time when I'm coaching some guys. They're in and out of relationships, and for whatever reason they feel like the kids have to know who these women are, and it makes no sense to me because it only confuses the kids. So the following tips are: get into a support group of men supporting men. Get a life coach that can help you navigate through that process of divorce and hopefully fill in or help you figure out the gaps that you've had so that you can come out with new perspectives. The biggest thing when I coach men is, I tell them the old thoughts that you have or your current thoughts you have cannot generate new ideas. So we have to go through those thoughts that's coming up to create new ideas. And as soon as they realize the thought that they're having about divorce or about this situation no longer serves them, they immediately find a new thought that serves them better. So that's the power of coaching. So find a good coach, find a strong network. Don't date. Unless you're already in a relationship, I suggest do not date for this period. And then the final thing is, besides getting around friends and family, is find new networks. Get into new hobbies. Maybe things that you've wanted to do, but you really didn't have the time. Now you might have some free time on your hands because you're living in two separate households. You might only see your kids half the time. Don't just sit there and watch TV and drink beer and wallow in your thoughts. Get productive, get active, find new hobbies, find new associates that can help uplift you. Maybe join a gym, boxing, martial arts. Get into something that's going to help you become more disciplined. I hope these tips help. If you are struggling, going through a divorce, click the link down below, fill out the contact information. We will get on a free consultation, a free discovery call. And if we're a good fit, we can start working together to help you level up. My name is Jerod Schoonmaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. Thank you so much for watching. Talk soon.